Hello and welcome to another edition of the Stench of Truth. Thankfully, the Zimmerman case is over because, of course, this turns into another big fiasco where everybody is distracted by this sensationalized case. And for my part, I'll just say this. If George Zimmerman would have simply not continued to follow and do all the things he shouldn't have done, this entire thing wouldn't have happened. But on the other hand, I have to say this, that when we are on the outside looking in on any criminal case, we do not see every bit of evidence, every bit of fact, and at the end of the day, no one is ever there. So this sort of armchair quarterbacking when it comes to trying to decide whether somebody's guilty or innocent in the public sphere is completely pointless and useless. And the sad reality of the whole thing is that a young man is dead. A young man is dead who could still be alive had some simple things been done. But, of course, the entire range of events that happened and the exact sequence of everything that occurred during the course of this, we don't know. We don't know. And even, the witnesses that were called are not going to be called in the sense that they know all the answers or saw everything that happened. Everybody is looking at it from a different point of view. And anybody who knows anything about criminal prosecution will tell you that witness testimony is very unreliable because 10 witnesses to the same thing will see 10 different things. So I'm very sorry and very saddened that someone lost their life. Do you understand? I'm very sorry about that. And at the end of the day, we can't be satisfied with whatever happens when it comes to deciding somebody's guilt and or punishment for something that's going on or for some crime that's supposedly committed, because we have a justice system that's completely fucked up. Everything is fucked up in this country. The other thing that was humorous but indicative of the total fucked up nature of our society is this whole thing with the Asiana flight that crashed in San Francisco. When the news team come on and reads the fucking names of the supposed pilots and make no effort at all to, pause perhaps to say, these names cannot possibly be right because they are totally fucking ridiculous. Come on. Something wrong? We too low? Holy fuck? Bang ding ow? That's the entire narrative of the fucking plane crash. In ridiculous made up names. Something's wrong. We're too low. Holy fuck. Bang ding ow. Huh? Now, if that doesn't indicate to you that the entire media establishment in this country is a big steaming pile of fucking shit, I don't know what will. Because whatever is put on that motherfucking teleprompter, the fucking anchor person is going to read that motherfucking thing, and that's going to be the gospel motherfucking truth. And they're going to say it in the most absolute conviction that they can muster for that very reason. And the fact that you have a sensationalized trial, which every other fucking week we have a sensationalized fucking trial. If it's not the tragedy of Trayvon Martin getting shot by George Zimmerman and he's on trial, it's Jodi Arias, or it's some other motherfucker. And what does this do? All it ends up doing at the end of the day is driving wedges between people. Driving wedges between whole races of people and other races of people. But why can't we all just be human fucking beings? And why can't we all recognize that looking at the tragedies of others with these motherfucking court cases just come one right after the other, after the other, after the other, over and over fucking again. We cannot get through our heads that this is something that, while tragic and terrible, as certainly is, it is not the be-all and end-all of everything that is going on in society around us. Are we going to continue to allow people to dictate to us what it is we're supposed to be fucking concerned about? You should be concerned about this. You should be concerned about that. You have the fucking media in this country who all they do is throw steaming piles of fucking garbage in front of your fucking face on the news every fucking day with a story about this and a story about that. But they don't want to talk about the real motherfucking issues. They don't want to talk about real, actual, giant problems that are plaguing our fucking society here in USA Incorporated. You know, we continue to have massive fucking unemployment, families destroyed, homes stolen from people, banks ripping people off continuously, ongoing, non-fucking stop, continuing to get free motherfucking money from the Federal Reserve, constantly. And everything in the media spectrum, everything everywhere, is all about distraction. Put out as much distraction as we can because we don't want people to look at the bigger picture around here. Like, what's going on with Syria? Are we arming them? Are we going to war with them? Why isn't John fucking McCain in motherfucking jail for aiding and abetting the motherfucking terrorists by going in there secretly and meeting with fucking terrorists? Now, if that's not a violation of the motherfucking law, I don't know what is. When you got to gin up fucking charges against people for this really broad idea of aid or comfort to fucking terrorists somewhere. Well, John McCain is fucking guilty. Get that motherfucking sack of shit out of the goddamn Senate already. You don't have to look far to see fucking filth and dirt and scum all over that motherfucker. Not alone with his fucking time in Vietnam and the allegations of him selling everybody out and giving as many secrets as the Vietnamese wanted in exchange for better treatment while he was in captivity. But look at his history when it comes to POW MIAs. Now, a lot of people who are watching this probably may be too young to remember the Vietnam War and to remember the POW MIA issue. But he stabbed that motherfucking thing 150 fucking thousand times to make it fucking die because he wanted that issue to go away. You know what that issue is? Missing in action and POWs that were never returned from Vietnam. And anytime anybody came up with some evidence that somebody was left behind, who was at the forefront to fucking kick the legs out of any of that? John motherfucking shitbag fucking McCain. And in all of this, what does Obama do? The same thing Nero did when Rome was falling. He goes around and talks and talks and talks, does absolutely fucking nothing. And the tragedy here is that you have a president who is half black. And he has done more during his time in office to put down black people, to prevent them from getting jobs, from getting ahead, from having a leg up in society. And yet there is a large portion of the black community in this country that continue to support this fucking piece of shit. Things have been worse. They have been made worse by Obama becoming president for black people. And that's the sad reality. Black unemployment is through the fucking roof. In any of these areas where there are black communities that are being raped and destroyed and pillaged, like in Michigan, for instance, with the emergency manager law, which is blatantly unconstitutional, he does absolutely fucking nothing. 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 Does not touch any single important issue ever. All he does is fucking twiddle his fucking thumbs, play golf, shoot basketball, and act like a fucking cocksucker. Personally, I don't expect anything different, because that's all we have is figureheads in this country. And figureheads in the media, figureheads in politics, figureheads in the entertainment industry, figureheads everywhere. Because everything is orchestrated behind the scenes. And it's all one big shitstorm designed to make everybody fucking hate everybody else and not get involved in anything, be apathetic and sick and tired and miserable about everything in fucking life. And I understand that, believe me, I do, because I feel it the same way you do. But goddamn it, is there not going to be a fucking day when people decide that this fucking system cannot continue the way it is? And I'm not saying just destroy it. You have to have something to replace it with. You have to have some concrete idea of what you want to achieve. You want more civil rights, you want more privacy, you want the abolition of the Patriot Act, the NDAA, you want the Federal Reserve nationalized, you want a Wall Street sales tax. Whatever it is that is in your plan, in your strategy, work on it, because there's going to come a time whenever we're going to need leaders, we're going to need program, we're going to need an actual strategy for change. Hopefully sooner rather than later. Because this entire fucking shitstorm of everything happening all the fucking time, distracting us from bigger issues, has got to come to an end sometime. It has to. And when that day comes, people need to be ready. So, that's all I have for today. Thank you. Good night.